Hello everyone, so today I'm going to be showing you all how I do my crochet wig, and I hope this video is helpful. The hair that I use is by Janet Collection and it is called Noir. I use the colours 27, 2 and colour 30. You also need a wig cap, and the type of wig cap that you need is the one that has a hole in it, so it's actually a weaving cap, because this is where you're actually going to crochet the hair onto. Now I actually like to use the first brand that I showed you because it's more elasticated, so it can really I can mold it to my head shape. Also it has this band around the edges because I sew down my crochet wig, so I don't actually pop it on and pop it off, and this is what I use to sew it down. You also need a comb, a razor comb, a hairbrush and the crochet needle, as well as curling rods. Now I use curling rods in a variety of sizes because I wanted different sizes of curls, because this just makes my wig look more natural and look like it's natural hair, because when you curl your hair, all your curls are never uniform. So you wrap your hair around and then you use this little plastic thing to lock the hair onto the curling rod. Now when you get the hair out the packet, it comes in these individual strands, and what you would have to do is feather the hair out. Nothing fancy, just pull it apart. And you should have something that looks like the right as opposed to the strands that you get on the left. Pop your weaving cap onto a mannequin head. The strands that you've actually feathered, brush them out again, and I do this because it makes it easier to curl the hair and to recurl it. Taking the crochet needle, just insert the needle into 3 of the holes on the weaving cap. Attach the hair onto the needle and then close it, and then gently pull it through the weaving cap. Release the hair and open up that space that you should have, and just pull the other strand of hair through. Now some people like to put it through 3 or 4 times. I don't, because I feel like this makes the root a bit bulky, and because I'm making a crochet wig, pulling it through just once is absolutely fine. And there you have it. And stops my wig from having those bulky roots that I really don't like. So once again, you just do the same thing. Insert the crochet into 2 or 3 spaces, grab the hair, pull it gently, release the hair, put the hair through the loop, pull, and then it should be secure. And you just continue to do this throughout to make your wig. All in all, it took me about 1 to 1.5 hours to pop all my hair onto this wig. This is excluding the time that it took to curl the hair, because that is actually the longest part of this process, which I'll be showing you guys. And after you're done, you should have something that looks like this, a head full of afro kinky hair. I also did some sort of a part at the front. Don't worry if it looks a bit gappy, because this will all be covered when you curl the hair. Now to curl the hair, take a few strands, apply some conditioner, and then twist the hair in the opposite direction that you are going to be twisting the hair onto the curling rod. This is very important because it stops your hair coming out like ringlets, and also make sure that your twist lasts for longer. And that is literally how I twist it onto the rod. It's easier to show than to explain, so just watch. Sorry about the different camera angles. I was moving my camera around in order to get the best shot so that you guys can see what I'm doing. And when you're done, just lock it into place using the plastic white wire. At the end, you should have something that looks like this. So get yourself a bowl and fill it up with boiling hot water from the kettle. Also add some conditioner and make sure you mix it in. Pop your crochet wig into the hot water and leave for it to stand for about a minute or so. You may also want to add some more water if you feel like you need to, but be very careful because it is really hot. Take your wig out and it may be dripping wet, so just hover it over the bowl for a little while and just apply it onto the towel. Pat it down to get rid of some excess water and leave it to dry for literally as long as you want. I usually leave it to dry for about 6 hours or overnight if I have time. But if you do want to speed up the process, you can use a hairdryer. Majority of the time, this is what I do. I put my hairdryer on the lowest heat. Because this is synthetic hair, you don't want to put too much heat on it. But I find that using the hairdryer actually helps the curls dry better. After that, just carefully unwind the hair from the curling rod. And you'll have something that looks like this. Very ringlety, but they tend to drop in about an hour. Now for some of the strands, I've put extra hair onto the curling rod, and this is because I want to separate them. This once again just makes my wig look more natural and actually makes the hair look like natural hair. When you separate them, they might come out a bit fluffy, but all you do is just wind the hair around your fingertips and it should just wind back. And also in a few hours the hair will clump together, so it will look less puffy as well. Trim off any straight ends that you have with a scissor or razor comb. And you should have something that looks like this. Like I said before, I actually sew my wig down, so I leave a little bit of hair at the front, and this is a braiding pattern that I use. And this is literally the braiding pattern I use for most of my U-part and wigs that I want to sew down. The main thing with this is to have a braid running around the perimeter of your hairline, because this is where you're actually going to sew the wig onto. Now this is a crochet wig I've actually had for 2 months, and I think I recurled it about 4 times, and as you can see, it's still going very strong. The wig that you saw me make is actually for a client, but she didn't want to have her face in the video, so as you can see, the ringlets are still strong. I spray a bit of hairspray and then I pop the wig onto my head. I just secure it in place, and then using the needle and thread I sew down the perimeter of the wig onto my braid. Now you don't have to do this, you can just literally pop your wig on and maybe add some bobby pins for it to stay in place, but I like to have my wig sewn down. I then part the small amount of hair that I've left at the front and just tame my edges with some gel. Now don't worry about that black band, all you have to do is just position the hair over it and then add a bobby pin to make sure that it stays in place. I would then go in with a razor. Like I said, I've recurled this hair, so there are some ends that I want to get rid of. Fluff the hair a bit and just mold it into how you'd like it to be, and that's it.